Hey guys, Travis here again with Lucky Tackle Box. Now in the previous videos, we've talked about that early morning or late evening summertime bite for those shallow active bass. But the reality is when the water's really warm, summertime, even through early fall, the majority of the fish are gonna spend a lot of time a little bit deeper on offshore structure, like rock piles and ledges and things. So we're gonna use Kicker Fish Bait Company's hightail whole shot worm, which is about a 4 to 5 inch worm, and their hightail lizard, which you guys received one of the two in this month's Lucky Tackle Box, and we're gonna actually break down 2 different methods of how to really pick apart these offshore deeper structure spots. Now there's 2 different rigs I wanna set up. The first one is a drop shot rig, and we're gonna be using the hightail whole shot worm for that one. What I do is I tie a Palomar knot onto a size 1 or a size 2 little drop shot finesse hook. And then I put a 1/4 ounce to a 3/16 ounce drop shot weight on that, and I rig that bait up Wacky Rig. This setup is ideal for fishing real slow and fishing specific spots. So if you're really targeting a small little rock pile and stuff and you want to keep that bait sitting in one place and entice those fish to bite, this is the perfect setup for that. Now the second rig is going to be for making some longer casts, working that bait a little faster, but also still getting that finesse bite you were looking for. And what I start is I want a 3/8 ounce to 1/2 ounce bullet weight, and then I put a bobber stopper below that so I can hold that weight up, 16 to 20 inches away from my bait. And then I rig up a straight shank worm hook onto that hightail lizard. Now I rig these on Daiwa's 2500 series ballistic spinning reel. And I spool that up with 6 to 10 pound mono or fluorocarbon. The lighter line you have, the more freedom your bait's really gonna have to move down there. And then I pair that up with Castaway's 6'10" drop shot rod. I wanna be able to feel everything down there. I wanna be able to feel those subtle bites because you're not gonna feel that fish tugging a lot of times because it's not really going anywhere. Oh, we go. Here we go. This fish got a little fight to him. A little fight. Come on, baby. Another thing is we're using light tackle. This hook, it doesn't get a good hook set, but it's real sharp. It'll definitely get in the mouth. So you don't want to put too much strain on the hook. So if that fish is running, you want to loosen up your drag, or what I do is I actually back reel. I'm out in open water. He's not going to tangle me around any trees. He's not going to wrap me up in any pilings because there isn't any. So basically, I just want to tire him out. I know that hook's in there, but I know if I put too much pressure, it does have a chance of coming out. I want to have basically a medium heavy, fast action rod. That gives me enough backbone that I can control that bait as it's going over the rocks, and also I can get a good hook set from a long distance, but then also I have enough tip that I can really feel that bait bouncing along down there and feel when I get those bites. Now the retrieval with this is really simple. All I want to do is cast to specific targets because I'm going to move this bait so slow that I want to make sure it's in the right area. Now, I need to be feeling the bottom with that nice extra fast tip, and when I get hung up like I am right now, you want to lift that rod tip up. Before you yank it into whatever snag is, you lift that rod tip up and give it a little tap, and usually that's going to break that lure free, and sometimes I'll even trigger strikes. Now when I'm dragging, I want to drag it about a foot or two, and then I let it sit for about 2 to 3 seconds. Then I drag it another foot or two and just keep doing that. And what that bait is doing is those fish are around that little hump somewhere, or they're around the little rock pile ledge somewhere, and this bait is in the strike zone long enough that eventually they're just gonna take a little bite of it. And, oh, we just got a little bite. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reel set. So I reel down and just lift the rod tip up. This hook is so small and so sharp that there's no problem penetrating it right into the fish's mouth. Now, if you set too hard like you would on a bigger single hook, you will end up pulling that hook out of the skin of the fish, because these hooks, they don't dig deep into that cartilage, they skin hook it. So a big hook set will pop that skin free and you're gonna miss the fish. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Come on, it's time to come in the boat. Here we go. And once again, watch this. Case in point, you're gonna see Look at that skin hook. It's barely skin hooked in there. So you do not want to be making big hook sets. You really want to just do that reel set and you're going to get those fish in the boat. Now the retrieval on this Carolina rig is a little bit different. I'm moving this bait a lot quicker. I'm making long casts, letting that bait sink to the bottom, and I'm making sweeping actions with the rod. So I reel in the slack and then move that bait along the bottom. I should feel that weight hitting the bottom down there, so I know that I'm in a good area. But I want that bait moving quicker than with the drop shot. And this is so I can actually locate fish better. And what's happening down there is that bait is, it's got all its little legs and its tail that's really making a lot of action and hopefully triggering some strikes. But the other thing is, Kicker Fish Bait Company's patented hole shot design has little holes that capture air. Here we go. Now watch this hook set. I think I'm actually caught up, but I might even have a fish too, because this is real weird. Nope. Let's drop that spot though. Oh, there we go. Oh yes, I knew that was happening. It came free. Oh baby, holy cow. Oh yes. Okay, so now this one, we talked about the drop shotting. I want this drag to be loose enough that it can pull a little bit of drag, but I don't have to be as finessey with it because I have a bigger hook. So I'm able to get some cartilage on those hook sets. And like you saw, I actually had a big hook set. That wouldn't be what we'd want to do with the drop shot rig. Come on, buddy. Come on, we'll let you go. Nice. All right, so let's talk about location. These fish are out deep because they want some cooler water. And so they're gonna congregate, they're gonna go out till they find the right temperature they want, but then they're gonna relate to some kind of structure. So we talked about earlier, there's a couple different ones. There's, you got rock piles, you got ledges, any kind of trees. But one of the biggest, easiest ways, especially if you're fishing from the shore, is to fish points. A point offers shallow water all the way down to deep water, so those fish can move up and down and feed. In the morning time, evening, they'll be up shallow on that point, but in the heat of the day, they're gonna move out towards the end of that point. And if you can find some kind of rock pile or something on the end of a point in 15 to 20 feet of water, that is going to be a great spot to really target and fish around. So when out there fishing, two great techniques to use, but using either one of Kicker Fish Bait Company's hightail hole shot worm or the hightail lizard, you're gonna have a lot of success out there at catching these warm water, deeper bass. Once again, guys, I'm Travis Moran with Lucky Tackle Box. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. And to watch more videos, hit one of the links on the page or subscribe to our YouTube channel.